An educator is responsible for masses and then the nation at large. Our school has a unique feature of no bag, no tiffin, and no homework. On Monday, parents are used to tell us, ma'am, they really miss the school on Saturday, Sunday. They say, ma'am, mama, we want to go back to school only.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Great Principles. I am Seema Shoria. Every person dreams of progress and aspires to be successful in their chosen field. We work hard to make this dream come true. Sometimes it takes more than time and hard work to achieve your success and triumph. It needs patience, faith, and a big dollop of support from your loved ones. Jeff Rich very rightly said, life is a work in progress. Our guest today puts a faith in hard work and progress. Like the much spoken phrase, slow and steady wins the race. She has lumbered along her career path, making a small but significant progress through the past 2 decades as an educator. We take pride in welcoming Ms. Jyoti Bhagat, Principal, Solitaire International School, Panchkula, Haryana. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am.
Thank you, Seema. Nice to meet you, and it's a big platform. So I would love to be here and answer your questions.
Sure, ma'am, and I'm sure my viewers are going to gain a lot of insights today. So first, beginning with, let us know about your early days, your school life. You know, they have significant importance in deciding what we choose as grown ups. So please take us to your once upon a time.
See, if I talk about teaching, my story started at a very early age. When the time I had completed my school, I had ample of free time. I was waiting for the result of my senior secondary exam. And just that time, one of my neighbor approached me for just to help his child who was struggling in maths from last 2 years and was not able to pass his class 9. So as I was free, so I thought, why not to use the time fruitfully? I gave him tuitions, and it was like a wonder that the child could succeed in that exam with the flying colors. The child who was not able to pass the exam from last 2 years could pass this exam with a means he thought that he has not put much efforts and he can get it. And in this way, everyone means just after this, other neighbors also approached me that, ma'am, Jyoti, why don't you teach my child also? And this was the way that I started my teaching journey from coaching, just with the tuitions. And while teaching them, when I also realized that this is somewhere where my passion lies. So I want to go in this profession only. And my parents also wanted me to go for the same. So this is the way my journey started.
Wonderful, ma'am. At times, we don't even know that this is the potential that we have, and we are ourselves not aware of our own capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going ahead, ma'am, you have worked as a teacher, coordinator, trainer, and now you're heading a school. So how important it is to be well aware of the responsibility of roles, profiles that are crucial to education.
Seema, see, when we talk about responsibility, every moment of every day, we have lot of responsibility. And whether those responsibilities are to ourselves, our friend, our family, or our profession. In all parts of our life, we are responsible for others, either for their happiness, their success, their failures. And such responsibilities and decisions becomes all the more crucial when one belongs to teaching fraternity. As in this profession, we are generating human resources for our country. The responsibility is so big that it doesn't leave any scope for a casual approach. So we need to be aware about our responsibilities of grooming the students to become confident and enlightened young citizens who are ready to step into global society with dignity. Therefore, besides rigorous scholastic program, we are responsible to develop their holistic, means we are responsible to develop them holistically. Their personality should be such that they are a citizen of the world who are ready to face the challenge of this world. So It's our responsibility to give students strong values along with a set of wings, which may carry them far and wide.
Very rightly said, ma'am. You know, a school is also an organization which is truly the product of teamwork. So we need to understand what is the role and responsibility of each profile, you know, whether you're a teacher or coordinator,
Yeah.
or academic head. So when we have gone through those roles ourselves, we can make decisions better and we can help collaborating and working towards a common goal better. So going ahead, ma'am, you know, now you are leading as a principal, and the pandemic has actually given a toss to the entire education system. Though everything is very much in place now, but still, I would like to ask you, what were your daily challenges in the pandemic phase of learning?
See, Seema, our school has a unique feature of no bag, no tiffin, and no homework. So first, I'll just give a little brief about it. What is this feature? No bag, no homework, and no tiffin. See, in our school, students don't bring back every day. They just submit the reading material, everything in the beginning of the session. And every weekend, we just give them their reading material, which they just want to show to their parents, or the parents want to see. And then there is no need to bring tiffins. The school has a system to provide meal services, and students get healthy, nutritious meal. So the parents have not to worry about it. And then for the homework and all, we have our system of day boarding. Our students come and stay with us till 5:30. So all the homework, the remedial classes, even the sports classes, and all the needs are taken care by the school itself. All those lessons means we have sports, we have dance, we have music, all the other activities where these days if you see, but the mothers are doing early morning, they are getting up, packing the bag of the students, making the tiffins, sending them school. Then after school, they are just picking and dropping them to tuitions and then the other sports activities, and they have to just leave their promising career to take care of the child. So we have just thought of this, that no, we need to work for, because until and unless the family is not happy, the child is not going to be happy and groomed well. So for this, we have come up with this unique feature of no bag, no home, no homework, and no tiffin. And it's really working well. Our parents were really happy. But due to this pandemic, we are helpless. We are not able to fulfill this thing because we are on virtual platform. So our parents most of our parents are working parents. And now they are working from home, and side by side, they have to have the responsibilities of their kids as well. Where we were a great hand for them, great helping hand. And our students were used to have just quality time with their families. When in the evening they were going back, there was no other challenges, just to have quality time with their parents, to enjoy with them. Nowadays, we feel helpless for this. And second issue, it's not just because of with us, it's with, I think, all the schools and school leaders are facing this issue, is of some financial this thing. Because some parents, though I'll not say all, most of the parents are good enough, they are empathetic, they are paying the fee as usual, but some parents take the leverage. They take all the other things on their priority except the school fee, and they just avoid to pay. So all the school leaders are facing this challenge. So I would love to use your platform and to request those parents, please take your child's education on priority, and don't let the schools face such challenges.
Absolutely, ma'am. You know, ma'am, first of all, I would like to say that your school looks like a fairy tale to me, you know.
Yeah.
For mothers like me, I can totally relate. Thinking before sleeping, what am I going to give in tiffin, making him early up, waking the child early morning, and just running. So, you know, not only that, then so parents are really, mothers will surely be very, very happy since school is taking care of everything. Kids are happy because there is no homework, there is no bag, and they get to eat the food with what their friends are eating. Now coming to, yes, a very serious topic, that parents are not paying fees. And this is, you know, sadly but true in most of the schools. See, parents here, we, as ma'am rightly said, we need to understand that school is doing their bit. They are helpless if children cannot come to the campus. It's the norms that is being decided for the safety. So the life come first, but yes, learning must go on. There cannot be a blockage to learning, and every school is fighting for this and they are doing their best. So parents, I'd like to make an appeal to all of you. Please clear your dues, because even teachers are working from home, but they're working tirelessly. Now they have to work extra. It was not easy for them to adapt to classroom technology. Today the classroom is in, and connecting with the children is not easy virtually. So they are doing best of their efforts. Show them some value, give them some value, show them some respect, and please clear the dues, because even it's their livelihood too.
True.
So, ma'am, I would love to, understand more about the school. It's really fantastic. Something where everyone is like, this should be the philosophy, A child, when comes home, he's free from all the classes and all the headaches in his head. He just spend the quality time with his parents.
Yes.
Very, very, very much needed philosophy. And I must say, a wonderful school with this beautiful philosophy of dividation between school life and home life. Beautiful.
Seema, I would love to tell you, our students were used to miss the school during weekends. On Monday, parents are used to tell us, ma'am, they really miss the school on Saturday, Sunday. They say, ma'am, mama, we want to go back to school only.
I'm sure, ma'am, I'm sure. Because, the kind of atmosphere they're getting in school, they definitely would be missing it out. Definitely. Yeah. So going ahead, ma'am, as school leaders, we all have our motto. So what is your motto?
See, as I believe our great leader Mahatma Gandhi quoted, be the change you want to see in the world. And following this, our vision is to foster each child's well-being for the foundation of their academic and life success. We aim to build physically fit, mentally sound, and emotionally strong individuals who can face the challenge of outside world with the capability to rise beyond all the evils of society. We envision a world in which every child, regardless of their background, becomes a responsible, happy, and productive citizen of the world.
Wonderful. Be the change you wish to see. Definitely, this is what is needed. We all keep complaining, change hona chahiye, there should be change, but try and be the cause of the change. That's nothing can be more joyous than this. So going ahead, ma'am, when a child is given a certificate that you have received first prize in the class, or, you have done very well in academics or in sports, he feels elated, and it pushes himself more to do, to be better version of himself. So here I would like to ask you, which achievement of yours is, a proudest feeling for you?
See, for me, education is one of the most prized professions. And for an educator like me, the best award is to see the changes in my students, for which we all are working hard. It brings me pride and happiness to see my students excelling in different fields. For me, when a student enters the gate of my school, he is a raw clay, and the parents entrust upon me to mold him so well that he becomes a masterpiece. And when I go down the memory lane and think over, I see hundreds of faces of my students who are now touching the pinnacles of success in their respective fields. That is the best award for me. Besides that, award from digital learning, school news, and recognition from CBSE and various schools for conducting training session are in the list. But for me, the thing that counts the most is to see my students happy and succeeding in their life.
Absolutely, as being a teacher and a school leader, we have a common vision, a parent, that child should succeed in life. And then when that vision is achieved, there is no more proud moment than that. Absolutely. So going ahead, ma'am, on this very proud moment feeling, we go ahead with on the very interesting segment of the show, which is called Rapid Fire Round. Here we would like to grab out some fun facts from your life, and you have to answer in one word only.
Sure.
So here goes the first question. What is your favorite weekend activity?
Relaxing and then spending quality time with my family.
Wonderful. How do you spend your leisure time? As in, what are your hobbies?
Listening music. I love to hear the old song as well as even the new songs. I really love them.
All right. So music is man's favorite. What is your favorite beverage? Tea, coffee, or lemonade?
Coffee.
Coffee. So we have a coffee lover here. Tell us your best travel memory.
Just before COVID, we went to Chitkul, and it's such a beautiful place in Himachal. I really love that and would love to go again once this pandemic is over.
Sure, ma'am. We all are craving for this. We just
Yeah.
want to travel. So now the last question of this segment: are you a movie buff? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 So which is your favorite movie?
This Three Idiots.
Three Idiots. Yeah, wonderful movie. Wonderful and very inspirational.
Yeah.
So, talking about this wonderful inspirational movie, ma'am, I would like to ask you here, who is your role model? Who influences you as an educator these days?
See, Seema, these days it's a tech-savvy era. So on social media, on different platforms, you get to know about the best practices of each and everyone, and you follow them. But as I say that we all are on this and we are following each and everyone. But like millions of people, I too derived my inspiration from our honorable ex-president, late Shri APJ Abdul Kalam. He was the man of principle, and his simple living and high thinking inspired me a lot to lead a life of high moral standards. He has been an epitome of hard work and perseverance, dedication and devotion. Not only his success, but the way he accepted his failure and used them as stepping stones to succeed is indeed exemplary. He was a man of wisdom who toiled hard for the grassroots level and made his motherland proud in the areas of science and technology. He had also been a great educator who inspired young minds. He was a great educator. Teaching was his passion. And even while leaving this mortal world, at that moment also, he was delivering lecture at IIM Shillong. So if I become even 1% of what he was, I think that my life will be worthwhile as an educator.
Wonderful, ma'am. Yes, Kalam sir is, a mentor for many and a guiding light for many, showing the path what education really is for. Many a times we forget the real meaning of education. It is about learning. It is not about evaluating. So
Yes.
that is one greatest lesson from Kalam sir. And yes, following his ideals, we are definitely going to make education better for the country. This brings to me to the last question of the show. This is also called viewer's choice question. Ma'am, as you mentioned earlier also about day boarding, would you say that this day boarding thing is a necessity?
See, Seema, this is not means I can't say the answer in yes or no. See, in if we talk about India, in our olden days, there was a Gurukul system where students were staying. Means at a certain age they were supposed to be in Gurukul, and while after learning all the things of life, how to lead a life, they come back and they start their life. And these days, though that Gurukul system is not there, but the life has become so competitive and all that both it's necessity for both the parents to earn. If you want to have a better lifestyle, it is necessary for both the parents to earn. And the as the movement, the global movement, the family size is reducing day by day. Now there are individual families. So the child didn't get that care which he deserves in the hands of nannies and just unexpert people. They are not groomed as they should be. So if the family size is such that the parents are not there to look after the child, then yes, I say the day boarding is required. But if you are living in a joint family where you have your old grandparents to take care of you, then it's like nothing. Means it's the best thing you have in your life, because your grandparents are more than the teachers, more than any of the trainer or educator. They can give you those life learning which is required. But yes, if there is nobody at your home and you have to just leave them on the mercy of maids and nannies, then I would say that day boarding will be the best option.
Absolutely. I can so very relate to this. Having stayed in both the, set up a joint family and the nuclear one, I can see the difference in the children, how they groom when they are surrounded by their own people, their own loved ones who love, guide, and
Yes.
time to time tell them the value of life. So yes, that is true, very much true that if you have a joint family, that is not required. Again, given the scenario of the family size these days, everyone is living in a nuclear, talking about their space, privacy, and we can't deny the fact that mothers are working mothers. So a setup like this, where a child is under expert guidance and is evolving every day and learning every moment, would be definitely a boon for every nuclear family and working mothers too. So this was a very insightful message on day boarding shared by ma'am here. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this beautiful session with us. And you made us learn today that tiniest success is a victory. It is not that your victory always needs to be huge. You need to celebrate, the joy of celebration of small achievements. That is what counts and gives you satisfaction. So thank you so much for your time here, ma'am. It was absolutely a delightful session, and I was really enjoying talking to you.
Thank you, Seema.